Hi, this is Amy from Sugared Chilliwack. I had a client ask earlier today how body sugaring works and how long it will take for them to become completely hairless. And I came up with a fairly decent analogy, and she said that it made her completely understand what I was talking about. So I figured I would explain it to you the same way. Body sugaring is pretty new to British Columbia, even though it's the world's oldest form of hair removal. It started back in Egypt way back in the day. Side note, there is a museum in Ontario that actually has Egyptian hieroglyphics in the museum that show the women making the sugar paste and then applying it and removing each other's hair by body sugaring, which I think is amazing. Okay, so removing your hair would be like if you owned a company and you wanted to fire your staff. Let's say all of your staff members, and they work shift work. Your staff members work shift work. You have hundreds of staff workers that work all different shifts. Some of them work morning, some of them work evening, some of them work Monday to Friday, some of them work Tuesday to Saturday. They're all different. They're all over the place. Some of them work more shifts than others. The staff workers are your hairs. So everyone who comes in at 9 a.m. on Monday morning, you sit down and you say you're fired. Clean out your desk, you don't need to be here anymore. Would you think that all of your employees are gone? Because whoever shows up Tuesday morning or that evening at 9 p.m., Monday evening, they're not gonna know that they were fired because they weren't fired. You didn't fire them. So they're still gonna show up for their shift as scheduled, as will people day after day after day, shift after shift after shift, because really all you did was fire the people who had the Monday morning 9 a.m. shift. So it's similar in hair growth. You have to fire all the shifts. So the way that hair, let's pick the bikini area or legs. Different parts of the body, hairs grow differently. So let's pick the bikini area and legs because they grow the same, and that is probably the majority of what people get done here. So if you come in, let's say January 1st, and at January 1st, you get your hair removed and you've been growing it for about 2 weeks. So it's the length of a grain of rice long. So like look in between my nails, right about there. So like a grain of rice, 1/16 of an inch. And January 1st, you get done. Well, January 2nd, you might have a couple hairs. January 5th, you're definitely gonna have some hairs. January 8th, you're definitely gonna have some hairs, and it's gonna be frustrating. And I get it, and I apologize, but that's the way it works. So they're going to have hair come through. It's not the hair I removed, because all of the hair that I removed on January 1st is gonna take about a month to 6 weeks to grow back in, because that's just the way that hair in that area grows. Now everyone's a little different, but stereotypically, generally speaking, hair in your bikini area and your legs grows in at about 4 to 6 weeks. Now, all the hair that I removed at that time isn't gonna grow back in for 4 to 6 weeks, and you've now hit the reset button for all of those hairs, however many hundreds or thousands those may be. But all of the hairs that are under the skin are still gonna come through like shift workers whenever they're scheduled to come in at. So some of them could be even popping through the skin that night or the next day, which is terribly frustrating because you've just gone through all that pain and paid all that money to get sugared, but you have hair still. It's because those are different shift workers. So we're gonna get all your shift workers working on the same shift. Does that make sense? So by your second appointment, all of the hair that we didn't get at your first appointment will have come through. And then we're gonna hit the reset button on those, and we're gonna send them all growing on the same hair growth recycle. So we're forcing the regrowth cycle to happen when we want it to happen. So by your third appointment, now you're getting all your hair to grow on the proper cycle. Now that's only if you come in for your bikini or your legs every 4 weeks. Different body parts are a little different. Underarms, anything face might be a little bit quicker than 4 weeks, maybe 2.5 to 3. Bigger areas for men like your chest or your back, or women, your arms will definitely be longer than a month, maybe 6 to 8 weeks. The top half of your legs usually grows slower than the bottom half of your legs unless you're a shaver. There are a million different things that could determine whether your hair grows fast or slow. how often you've shaved, if ever. People who have shaved, your hair will grow in thicker, darker, and coarser and faster than people who have never shaved. So if you only shave to your knee, the bottom half of your leg is going to grow in thicker, darker, and coarser than the top half of your leg. There's a million different things. But generally speaking, your bikini area and the bottom half of your leg are around the 4 to 6 week mark. So if you can come in by your third or fourth appointment at 4 weeks apart for those areas, then all your hair is growing on the same shift, and all your hair is going to be gone for weeks until it all comes in. It grows until it's long enough, we get rid of it, and then it's gone for weeks until it all comes in. It grows long enough, and then we get rid of it, and then it's gone for weeks until have you figured this out yet? It all grows in, it gets long enough, and then we get rid of it. So that's pretty much the way that body sugaring works. I hope this has helped you understand a little bit of how it works. I had a client come in the other day and she said, about a month ago, I went onto your website, I watched all your videos, I've read all your posts, I leave on holidays for tomorrow, I'm gone for 3 weeks, and if I get done today, I'm not gonna have any hair during my 3-week appointment, right? And I was like, no, I'm sorry, that's not the way it works. By the end of those 3 weeks, you're gonna be a hairy beast because this is only your first appointment. You really need to get done a minimum of 2, if not 3, in an ideal situation 4 times at 4 weeks apart before you can be guaranteed weeks without hair growth. So that's why I'm trying to let you know, it's why I'm trying to educate you. Body sugaring is different. It's different than lasering, it's different than waxing, it's different than shaving. It is definitely the nicest form of hair removal for your skin. It is definitely the best form of hair removal around, but it's tricky in that you actually have to prep for it and you have to know how it works. So our job as body sugar practitioners isn't just to remove your hair, it's to educate you on how body sugaring works. So hopefully this video has helped explain a little bit better as to why hair grows the way it does. And if you have any other questions, you can always call whatever body sugar practitioner is in your area. There are 5 sugar locations: Chilliwack, Abbotsford, Langley, Cloverdale, and Vancouver. All of our information, we all share a website. It's sugard.ca, www.sugard.ca. We have a monthly e-newsletter that goes out. All 5 of us have our own individual social media pages. You can contact any one of us on any of those methods, and we will gladly explain to you in person how this works. You can come in for a demo, you can watch somebody else get done, depending on the area. And you can learn all about why body sugaring truly is the nicest form of hair removal out there in the world. We think it's the best. I guarantee that after you see how it works and try it for yourself, you'll see why it's the best as well. So thanks for watching, and give us a call if you need anything. The Sugard number in Chilliwack is 604-791-1819. You can give me a call personally. My name is Amy, and I look forward to talking to you soon.